All right, welcome to Cash or Tap. Great product selling themselves.
Oh, yes. That's so cash. Literally. Yeah, great products sell themselves.
Pressure selling works better than relationship selling.
No, that's cap. That's not right. Relationship sales work better. Literally. So that's cap.
People buy with emotions first, logic second.
That's cash. Yes, cash. Maybe 1 out of every 10 probably buy from logic. I wouldn't say it's 100%. Or maybe let's just stretch it a bit. Tops. Let's say tops. 3 out of every 10 buy out of logic. Because trust me, we have those cholerics amongst us, and the maybe the phlegmatics amongst us. So, but the rest of us, the sanguines and the males and all, mostly the sanguines, we emotional buyers, right? So I speak for myself. But literally, most times, most often than none, the emotional sales literally, gets you further.
All right. If you believe in your product, you don't need to sell it.
Okay, so in this context, yes, it's actually cash. Because if you believe in your product, you don't need to do too much to sell it. You don't have to be it's not going to come as forced. And that's why I mentioned a few episodes ago that it's easier for me to sell whatever I believe in, because it's seamless. It just flows and it's easy to communicate, because I actually believe in it. So if you believe in it, you don't need to, like when you say sell, in this sense, you don't have to oversell. Right? So that's cash, yeah?
Scarcity always drives sales.
Scarcity drives sales, yes. That's actually cash. But ask the question in the context you mean it. Because your questions this past few episodes, like the previous and now, they're dicey. So it's either here nor there. But you need to expatiate on the context, because this question just goes both ways. Because there is artificial scarcity, which still works, by the way. And then, some people, there's a lot that I hope one day we get to look at the topic of propaganda, maybe in the next season, right? But I would like us to address the propaganda thing, because that could actually cause artificial scarcity. And trust me, yes, it helps sales. So, but just ask again, let's just be sure that I'm supposed to be saying cash and not cash.
Scarcity always drives sales.
Okay, yes, it is cash. Scarcity actually always drives sales, because there's that need to want to purchase it before it finishes. Feel scarcity, you see a lot more people at the filling station. You're wondering, where do they come out from? There's food or particular product scarcity. There's a rush, it might finish. It might, stop being available. So obviously, yes, it actually drives sales. So that's so cash.
Best salespeople are natural extroverts.
Yes. Yeah, actually, yes. That's so cash. You said it all, because it's natural. Doesn't mean that introverts can't be excellent salespeople. Because I've been opportunity to have a few contact or affiliates of friends that are very reserved, introverted. But when we find ourselves, or when they find themselves having to make sales to pitch, especially what they believe in or what they set their hearts to do, the other side of them just pops up. That sales side of them can pop up. They sell, they dazzle you, they convince you, they even get you to call to action almost immediately, and they step out of there and they're back to their low-key self, and you're like, whoa. So yes, but that's actually very cash, because it comes natural for extroverted people almost all the time. So yeah, that's cash.
All right, thank you very much.
I liked this particular cash account. Yay, everything's good. Welcome to Wealth Ways with Schola. So I literally love today's topic, right? This particular episode. We'll be talking about sales psychology. selling without feeling sleazy, without doing too much, So selling isn't talking people into things. That's what a lot of people think, but that's not what selling is meant to be. It's actually helping the right people say yes. Take notes, the key points here. I'm helping the right people saying yes, like call to action, right? So selling is beyond just trying to get your money, trying to get you to do stuff. People can read, beyond all of that. So it's important to show that I'm trying to help you. And you are the right target I'm talking to. I'm not pouring water into a basket. I'm not trying to talk to the wrong person. You don't need what I'm selling. I'm wasting time talking to you. No, that's a total waste of time. So let's dive in. Like I said earlier, today we're tackling the awkward thing no one likes to talk about. Well, awkward thing most people don't like to talk about, which is sales, right? I love to talk about sales, right? Like I said in Cash Cop, it's easier for extroverted people, to sell, to market stuff and all of that. It comes natural. I'm fortunately one of those people, right? So if you dislike selling, if you don't like the ideology around sales, right? You are not alone. I know there are several people that are like that. A lot of people don't like the idea of having to convince people to try to sell, to try to get you to do. Like it's so stressful. That's why I'm one of those that believe that a sales personnel across industries, a sales personnel is needed everywhere. They're one of those fields where every business needs you. Literally, everyone needs a sales personnel because every business is built to sell. So you have inflow, right? So if you do not like selling, trust me, you're not alone. I have a few key points to try to help you today, right? So, but you need to take note that without sales, passion stays very poor, right? Sales is a transfer of beliefs. If you believe in your offer, like I always say, I like to sell what I believe in, you're doing people a disservice by hiding it. So, psychology of trust. People buy when they feel heard, right? Not when they feel pushed, like pressured, right? How do you create value-based pitches? 1, lead with benefits, not the features. Don't start with, oh, do you know that this thing has that? People want to know what are the benefits for me first, right? Don't let them wait to say, okay, so you've told me about all the qualities and the beauty of this product. What about the benefits for me? So lead with that. Secondly, ask questions that show that you care, right? And then use storytelling. I've said this before in previous episodes, like storytelling during branding. In sales also, it's applicable, right? For instance, a customer of mine once overcame the stress of working out because he got this particular treadmill and he can walk while taking walks, right? Using this particular product of this treadmill, for instance. Or, a customer of mine used so and so, and these are the benefits he or she is enjoying. So you need to use storytelling because people like to relate to other people's stories, right? Or other people's experiences. So I'm going to share something that works for me with you today. Like, I literally love to use this method of sale. It is the feel, the felt, and the found method to handle objections. Okay, so the feel, felt, found method. It's a powerful and empathetic objection handling technique that helps build trust and guides customers past their concerns. Here's a breakdown of how it works, right? Now, the feel. The structure of the feel, felt, and found. Feel is you acknowledge the prospect's concerns. You acknowledge your target audience concerns. Feel it. Understand where they're coming from. Understand why they need this thing. Like, okay, this person doesn't like to go to the salon. She doesn't even have the time. She's always busy. And you sell, probably you sell wigs. Yeah? And you're like, you need this wig. I know what it feels like not to have time to sit down in the salon, my busy schedule. Or someone like me, like doing braids is a lot of work, right? I sit for hours. I'm like, why? Either I should be doing stuff or lying down. I rather chill and watch TV. But you try to convince me and say, okay, you know what, this is why you need this week. It's just put it on and you're good to go. You feel the person, it could be anything. I'm just using that as an example of myself. So the felt. Share that others, even yourself, like I just used myself as an example right now, like I felt the same way. Let them know they're not alone, right? There are other people like them. People like to identify with, the fact that they're not alone. Others have been there, done that, and others are actually still going through or experiencing the same situation, or why you need this. Why do you need a smarter device? Probably makes things easy for you. Why do you need a this? Why do you need a that? Now found, right? Explain what you or other people have discovered that resolved the concern. What did you find out? Like for you or others, what resolved the concerns? That means like a testimonial, right? Now, if you want to have a proper breakdown of this next few steps, like I mentioned in a previous episode, we have a PDF document for you. Click go to the website on the screen right now, and we've taken out time to be able to put stuff together for you. It's absolutely free, trust me. Go get it and get proper breakdowns, because we don't need this to be too long. So let me just try and do like a quick touchdown of taking you through like a scenario, like an example. So first and foremost, the price objection, right? So to the customer, the product seems expensive. Now you say something like, I totally understand how you feel. No one wants to overspend, especially now with the economy and all that's going on in the world. Others have felt the same way at first, right? But when they found out that the long-term value they got, made sense, whether through savings, through the results, or durability of the product, right? And they discovered that it far outweighed the initial costs. What they had to pull out of their savings or of their accounts or had to spend that they initially didn't want to. Also, there is this concern for change. Okay, it's actually, in quotes, the fear of change, right? A customer might be thinking, I've been using my current service for years, or I've been using this current product, same type, for years. I'm not sure switching is worth it. I'm one of those people that are loyalists. I'm so loyal to either service or product, right? But before you can convince me, because of my loyal side of me, there has to be a catch. There has to be a reason. Is it better? Is it saving me time? Is it saving me stress? Do you understand what I'm saying? How do you now handle such situations? Case study. I completely get how you feel. You need to get how they feel first. Making changes, especially after a long time of, loyalty to a particular brand or service, can be uncomfortable, right? But many of our customers, for instance, or many other people I've reached out to, they felt exactly the same way before they switched, right? So, but they found out that after just a few weeks, this is the result they got. This is why blah, 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 it got better. So whatever the case is, someone like me, if I have to try it and then I see somebody and it's worked for this person, I'm like, okay, for me, when I see a service or a product that's produced results, for others or even one person, I'm willing to try it, right? So if you use the right examples, you could just get to convince them. Third example, and probably the final one I'm going to share on here, time commitment, right? So a customer could say, I don't have time to learn a new system right now. I'm used to my conventional system. And you could go, that makes total sense. I'd feel the same way if I were, juggling multiple things. I feel the same if I were juggling multiple things, and other clients have felt the similar way at first, right? They felt the same way at first, but what they found out was that the setup was, surprisingly quick, a lot better, easier to use, yada, yada, yada. But I gave all of these examples to say, you need to start from showing the client that you understand them, not by, that one is bad now. They're not good, it's fake, they're not quality. My own is original. See, a lot of people don't like the dismissive approach of sales. It triggers them. I know a few people that don't like to even be made to feel like they didn't do the right thing, they didn't make the right decision, they're not associated with premium. No, 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 no. Let them know that, oh, okay, yeah, it's okay to feel that way. I felt that way at first, or I know other people that felt that way, but when they tried it, these were the testimonials. Capiche? So now, just a few tips to remember. Be genuine. Don't sound scripted. Don't sound like, okay, you went on the training at work and then you're like a Robocop or a robot, just trying to, like an AI, trying to like recite what you've been taught. You need to be genuine. They need to feel that it comes from the heart, right? You need to use real life examples, testimonials, success stories, personal experiences. You need to be able to sometimes get the ones they can literally find out online themselves. Get the ones they can relate with, that you're not making these things up. It really helps your sales, yeah? And also keep it conversational and empathetic. I am very keen on the empathetic word. You need to be empathetic. They need to feel it. They need to see it. So always aim to help and not to convince. That's the bottom line of everything I've just said right now. All right. So finally, selling isn't sleazy when it's sincere. You need to remember that, right? Reframe the fear and watch your business grow. Reframe the concerns, all right? And watch your business grow from where it is, the way it's meant to be. Schola's confession. Okay, so when I was deciding what to talk about in this particular episode, I remembered a certain experience I had as a young professional. Well, I'm still young, as a younger professional. Like, when I mean younger professional, like almost 2 decades ago, you know. I'm a natural salesperson, right? I love to sell. When I mean sell, it doesn't necessarily mean sell products. It might be selling an idea. It might be letting you know why I use the salon and why I believe they are the best, because of their professionalism, their level of customer care, you know, the way they treat their customers, and how good they literally are. They're not just good with their hands, with the job. They're so good with, you know, treating you like, yes, we know you came to spend, and give you the special treatment, right? But in the 20s, there was a clause. Whenever I'm given a target, I'm made to sell towards a target, it felt like a chore, right? I was one that never liked being given, like, when I'm not given a target, I literally sell more than whatever target I'm even given when I'm given a target. When I feel like there's a target, I feel pressured. I feel like the pressure overshadowed the fun I have when I love to see myself convince somebody, and they are convinced, and they literally, you know, respond the way I want, either buy or either follow me or either patronize my customers or my suppliers or something. Sometimes it comes naturally. Most of the time, it's not necessarily because I'm even trying to sell you. It's because I just wear something and someone goes, oh my God, your nails are nice. I'm like, oh, do you know this guy is really good? You know, for those who know me know, like, if you're watching and you know me, I'm sure you know, you're probably like, yeah, that's color. Like, I can literally go on for the next 5 minutes telling you how professional it is, how good it is, how I don't feel nothing, how I just come out and how I could use it for weeks and be comfortable and all of that. And before you know it, you find yourself wanting to try it. And you're like, oh, can I have the contact? Can you book an appointment for me? And I'm like, oh, really? Okay. So most of the time, it's not because I come to you trying to convince you to, you know, patronize. It just comes natural for me. So when I have to, maybe I'm told you have a target of for the sake of a conversation, 100 million naira at the end of the quarter, and I'm like, okay, but I have to sell. Then in my head, I'm thinking, oh, I need to hit 100 million naira. But I found a way to conquer that feeling. And I converted my thoughts to see it as a game, to see it as a reward. There were several steps I took. So in the next few episodes, I think I'm just going to keep that and share with us what I actually had to do to make it easier for me. And today, sales is always fun for me. There's never a time, wake me up from sleep and tell me sell this. As long as I believe in it, you know, I can own it. And before you know it, you've already bought it. Before you know it, you're already there. Before you know, you're like, Schola. And truly, because I sell what's good, you come back and you literally thank me, and before you need to take more people there. So there's literally there's hardly anything I use, or either the services of my stylists, be it hair, be it my outfit, be it my nails, be it whatever I buy. Even if it's gadgets, I don't even know the owner. I don't know whatever. I just love it. And when I talk about it, you find yourself buying it, literally, and convincing others to do so. As Schola talked about it. So look out for future episodes, and I'm going to break down what I actually did. So this topic was fun for me. I wish I could go on more, but we have to keep to time. If you enjoyed this episode, if you have questions, if there's something you'd like me to elaborate on, please let us know. And please remember to like, share, comment, and let others know that all the young entrepreneurs can learn a thing or two from the Ways of Scholar, right? And until the next episode, keep riding on the waves of wealth. Toodles!